Eastern Time. MJ Flight 98 is back. I'm not feeling as well as before, so I'm just gonna make a quick one for today. Hold on for a sec. Alright, I'm back. Okay, everyone. This is gonna just be a play now breakthrough. Play now gameplay breakthrough. What I think about the update so far. What do I think that still need to be worked on? Needs to be nerfed or toned or anything else. I'm gonna explain and get down to detail. But this one needs to be fixed. So I'm gonna just do a little shoot around for a little right now, and then I'm gonna get down to gameplay. What needs to be fixed? What needs to, not be fixed? Some of the players on the Celtics roster do not look all the same, because Jaylen Brown, he doesn't have his high top on, or his beard, or sometimes he won't have a beard, but that needs to be fixed. Another thing I have to say about is Aaron Baines and Terry Rozier wearing the same number jersey, which that's not it. But those are little things about about this gameplay, about this update. So we got Jaylen Brown right here, but where's his high top? That's one issue I just address. Just I would say fix that issue. Bring his high top on here. But the game comes out next week, comes out next Friday. So another thing is that Jaylen Brown can shoot threes, so it should not say a low 3-point rating, because he can shoot threes if you kind of look at it. He can shoot threes, but not all the time. But he can shoot threes. Another thing is that Jaylen Brown does dunk more often than do layups, so his dunk should be increased, not decreased. Let's see, another thing about, but like I said, I'm gonna get down to gameplay in a few minutes. So but yeah, if you this is what they need to do. Y'all need EA, y'all need to kind of tone up what's it called? Jaylen Brown's 3-point percentage, because it should be higher than this. And he should be able to have some type of green light on his three-pointer. But that's what needs to be fixed on the Boston Celtics. His three-pointer should be toned up. Hold on for a sec. Alright. Another thing is Marcus Smart. He is a backcourt defender, but this past season is he's been making somewhat good three-pointers lately, so I think that should be somewhat a green light on his. Not everybody on the Boston Celtics should have a yellow when they're wide open. Same for Terry Rozier. All of them shouldn't even have low 3-point ratings, because they really did something this past season, really. Terry Rozier, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown. You know, tone up their three-point percentage. Not a lot, but a little, just somewhat for a green light to happen for them. You know, they shouldn't be having all yellows. You know, because Marcus Smart, Terry Rozier, Jaylen Brown should have some type of green light for a three-point shot, or you know, for mid-range, yeah. For Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, all three of them, they should have green lights for, you know, small green lights for mid-range and three-point range. But, as a Marcus Smart, yeah, he can dunk, but Jaylen Brown should be able to dunk a little more often than, you know, Smart does. Anything else I gotta break down? We just signed Jabari Bird. I don't know who Kadeem Allen is, but and also another thing is when you update the game, when the game officially comes out, hopefully we can see a picture of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown's face, you know, their actual, you know, photo face. Same for you know, Jabari Bird maybe, and Kadeem Allen. Maybe Kadeem Allen, I don't know who he is. So, you know, we should have some type of, you know, facial picture profile for them. Now I'm gonna kind of break down, go to gameplay, and just you know, get down to, you know, what I think that needs to still be fixed. So I'm gonna just go to gameplay. But the main thing is, when you play against the Golden State Warriors on here, I still think they're like the CPU. When you play the CPU on the game, on Play Now, and on the One, what needs to still be fixed is that. Excuse me. But still, what needs to be fixed is that the CPU AI still needs to be fixed. That they should not be able to make, you know, every contested shot that you are contesting on them on defense. And I'm gonna just break it down, play the game, to show you what I mean. But really, it's just the blocks on this game are just they're too often. They're too much. That needs to be like toned down. Because, you know, blocks shouldn't happen every time when you try to take it up to the basket or something. You know, it shouldn't be happening every, you know, so much and so often. It should be happening like if the defender for the user and the CPU AI should be like on its timing. But the CPU AI bots, they be blocking your shots very, 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 very often. And that needs to kind of get toned down. The CPU AI bots doesn't need to block, you know, every dunk, every shot, every post up, or every, you know, fadeaway shot. You know, everything should be, you know, a block.
It's Game 7 of the NBA Finals between the Golden State Warriors and the Boston Celtics.
As you know, I'm playing with the Boston Celtics. Yes, this is my team. This is my favorite team in the NBA.
These NBA Finals all even at 3 games apiece. It's Game 7. Jeff, how do the players deal with this pressure?
It's so hard. You've worked your entire life for
far,
this opportunity.
So far, nothing bad happened.
Every
good
play
pick and
will
roll.
be magnified. We will see in a couple hours who can handle the pressure the best.
And also another thing I like to add on is that the ankle breakers on here, they need to be kind of toned down on the, you know, when you step back. When you step back, there shouldn't be no, you know, easy ankle breakers. You know, they do a good, you know, a good crossover or someone to get the ankles broken that easy. That needs to be toned down.
Horford steps in, sets a screen to Horford. Quick feedback, looks to the post. Horford with a highlight reel slam.
And that
But that needs to be toned down on the ankle breakers.
People know he's down there.
Curry
The
against
red
Irving.
lights, sometimes they kind of still need to work on that. And
Green.
when you take a jump shot, it should be a little more faster for the
To Durant.
for the user to shoot a jump shot. When you elevate up, it needs to be like a little boost up a little more
Not
faster.
much time to get this shot off. Curry's turned away. What a block. He's fouled.
I don't get how that was a
After
shooting
the
foul.
He'll get to the line.
Also, that still needs to be toned up a little more for the user, and the user should be a little, like getting the block that the CPU a little more better. So that should be toned up for the user, so they can block the CPU's dunks and
Able to
their
convert
shots.
on both free throws. Golden State is leading Boston by a score of 5-4. Kicks it out to the corner. Keeps the man in front of him. Trying to work it down low. Oh, he loses it. Good hands.
Also,
Gets the
another
steal.
thing, like, it's so hard to get set
Gets a
still
piece
on this
of it.
game.
It's a loose ball.
Like, say if you try to take a jump shot and you're trying to get set, it's still hard to get set because, all this
Oh,
extra
excellent
movement
screen.
still going on in the game,
Irving
and that still needs to be fixed.
to the rim. Just won't go for point-blank range.
No paint
I don't
game,
know how
no
I missed
winning.
that, but
You've
that
got
was
to
really
get
a
the
good
ball
year.
out the basket, and then you've got to
Euro.
finish when you get it there.
Durant's trying to get free off the pick. Curry. Curry for three. And Stephen Curry
And
with the
really,
jumper.
I'm in his
Puts it
face,
in.
so,
He's got
that
5
should be
points in
toned
this
down
matchup.
too.
All
I
kinds
still
of
don't get,
confidence
I mean, I
on that
understand
three-pointer.
Steph Curry, but,
Great looking
Steph
shot.
Curry doesn't make all his
screen
threes,
is set.
you know.
Moving the ball around beautifully.
Oh, my
Irving
gosh.
misses another one. Alley-oop. The play broken up nicely by Irving.
The defense.
3 minutes gone by in the first. Boston's down by 4. Horford sends the pick. To Horford.
I don't get how the ball bounced off of Horford. They should be having a little more control onto
Oh, there's that Euro step.
And
move.
that should
Good.
not be
Sweet
going in
adjustment.
so
Nice
easily,
touch at the rim.
That shouldn't
You
be
need
going in so
numbers
easily.
in transition to score consistently here. Forcing the turnover, then pushing the ball ahead and getting the two-point shot.
Slams it home.
Also, I like to
Oh, look
say
at
I
the
hope
athleticism.
everybody stays safe down in Florida
To finish.
because the Hurricane
With the hand.
Irma is coming around its way. I just hope everybody stays safe and
Sets
get
the
to
screen.
shelters and stuff. I hope they, stay around, stay alive, survive. So I'm wishing the best
Still
for
plenty of
Florida,
time. 12
all the
seconds on
citizens
the
of
shot
Florida.
clock. Durant from outside, a three-pointer. And Kevin Durant with the pretty shot from 3.
Excellent balance, beautiful release, knocked it in.
What I like about the
Horford sets the
update so
screen
far
to
is
Horford.
that
Good setup with the entry pass. To the rim, off the fake. Excellent job on the offensive glass. Irving's looking to set up in the paint. Layup off the fake. Gets to 2.
good job,
Lucky roll.
Marcus Morris, timeout.
And a timeout called here late
So
in the
far,
opening period.
Keep doing
The
what
game
you
has
do.
been,
There's
very
dribble
realistic,
penetration.
but it kind
You
of feel
give
like the
support,
CPU AI
make
needs
them
to still
take
be toned
and
down
make a
on the
tough shot.
blocking, the ankle breakers, the shots, they take. And, I understand, like, some people be telling me use the R stick, the R3 stick to, contest the shot on CPU. But, that has not been working for me. Wherever the
We have a
CPU
couple of
goes,
substitutions
I always
here.
go to the direction it
They
goes.
need to finish this half on a high note. Executing this 2-for-1 is critical.
But, yeah, that's an ankle breaker right there. No, that's an ankle breaker
Close
right there.
range.
Hey, that's great
I will not
defense
lie
right
about
there.
that.
Good contest, good finish of their defense.
What?
Horford
And
sets
then
the
the
pick.
the passing needs to still be fixed on because they be going through the bodies of every player and stuff, and that should not be going in.
Final seconds. First quarter comes to an end.
Mostly that's what I'm trying to like talk about right now. It's about the CPU AI kind of, you know, having some unnatural physics and stuff, you know, making these, you know, impossible, you know, contested shots that they shouldn't really be making. I mean, when the demo first came out, it was worse than this. Trust me. When I was playing with the Celtics and not the Celtics, the Cavs and Warriors only. You know, those were the only two teams you could play with. But yeah, that's one thing I would have to say that, you know.
To Livingston, backing his man down. Ball comes loose.
That's a steal. Yeah, the steals and the passings they be going through the player's body, and that's not, you know, that's not real. That's not really real caliber of physics, you know. A pass should be
off the fake, the layup can't connect from close range.
Getting the ball to the rim is so
and then,
important.
you know, the player doesn't get, you know,
great offense,
that should be going in. Now, that's something that's not real. You don't see NBA players taking those type of freaky shots, you know. Excuse me.
Shot clock says 12. Goes to the goal. Took that one straight into the paint and lays it home.
But that needs to be a little, you know, fixed. These you know, freaky shots that some of these players take, and you know, they shouldn't be going in.
It's a turnover off the
That's a good
deflected pass.
steal. Jabari Bird.
Lets it go for two. Misses at the rim.
Poise and precision will get you a better quality shot than that. That's a bailout shot. That's a I'm going to try to get us back in and be a hero type of shot.
Good defense.
Great defense. He can't
Good
find
defense,
his way
Jason
past.
Tatum.
He curls. To Livingston. Freddie pump fake.
I don't know how that's going in, but also another thing I like to say about is hopefully the full game has a travel call. Please have the travel call, because some of these movements and stuff needs to be addressed on, you know, everything.
If you don't screen any better than that, you're not going to get a quality shot. You want to get open,
everything
set a
should
great
be
screen, and you will
so
be
easily.
open. Here, a contested shot shows that the screen set was not
Bounce
good.
pass,
Looking to dominate
it's
down low.
still, it has its time.
Tries to adjust the shot off the glass.
I like the defense in this possession. Even though the offensive team scored the ball, that was good reaction to come to help protect the basket. Give him credit. He made a nice finish at the rim.
Let's see. Put Marcus Smart. Put Dwayne Hayward. We're gonna put Baines in.
Coach going to make some changes and switch up the matchups.
Yeah, hopefully it travel calls in this game. I just hope.
Durant, quick release for
Because
two.
it would
Connect,
see,
and
it's just,
now a double
how can
figure
the
lead.
CPU just make
Kevin
all the
Durant
shots so
with
easily?
9 points.
That's not,
Made the
that's
most of
that's
his
what happened in the
opportunity and
previous
knocked it in.
lives, you know.
Three ball.
Screen set.
That's what happened in the previous
Excellent
lives.
feed. Lots of room there. Rebound handled by Green.
That happened in the previous lives, you know, the
And
CPU.
ball gets stripped.
I don't get how that's a foul. I don't get how everything's a foul.
And Andre Iguodala will go to the line. And he hits the first free throw.
Yeah, so that's what, you know, kind of
And gets both points from the line.
needs to be fixed on. The CPU AI should not be, you know, overtaking the user so easily.
Down by 12.
And, you know, making all the shots so easily.
Pass to the corner. Hayward on the drive.
I did not want to shoot. I did not want to shoot that. And also another thing, the CPU is just like, I don't know why it's cutting off the, you know, the user off so easily when you try to drive into the basket. That needs to be, you know, worked on.
To come back
You know,
and win a game.
the user should be able to drive to the basket. You know, not every time, but, you know,
Oh, great hustle as he looks for the
you
save.
should be able to drive, you know.
Stephen Curry.
But the ankle breakers need to be fixed. The CPU AI needs to be toned down on the blocks. The ankle breakers, everything. That makes, you know, makes it a little unfair, you know.
8 seconds remaining on the shot clock.
And yeah, that was quick how, you know, the CPU defender got back.
Fires for 3 from the corner. Hayward the rebound. 4 minutes gone by in the second. Boston's down by 12. Here's the pick. Shoots it for 2. Nice touch at the basket. He's averaging 19 points. Per game this
So,
season.
That's good
that
defense,
needs to be,
better offense,
took
a
down.
nice contested two-point
basically,
shot.
it's all going to be about the, you know, play now and CPU.
Puts it up from downtown. Can't hit the 3. Stephen Curry's 1 for 2 from 3 tonight.
It's hard to close
See,
out shooters.
those shouldn't be
Tremendous
happening
job
so
right
easily.
there,
The
getting
blocks
his hand
needs to be
up,
toned down.
mirroring the ball.
Puts it up, flips it home on a beautiful pass.
That's why I
from
feel like
Andre
it's just, you
Iguodala.
know, kind of, you
Look
know,
at that release of that layup.
overtaken for
Up
the
and
user.
over the outstretched hand and the shot block. Beautiful touch.
There's the switch. Gets to the rim
That's a good
and
pick.
gets it to go.
This speed is hard to guard. Speed
Yeah, when I
killer.
went against the
Beats his
Cleveland
man off the
Cavaliers
dribble
on the game,
and then
on the first game I played with the Celtics, it felt like everything was right, everything was corrected that I perceived and talked about, you know.
Flips it up.
And
Makes
see,
the adjustment
every
and
shot
gets
that
it to go.
Durant makes on here, it just that's not, you know.
Boston's down big in this first
exactly
half,
right.
and it's not looking pretty. They need to start playing with some intensity on the defense.
So right now I'm just getting beaten up. Halftime show, you know. I mean, this game's halftime show will always be better than 2K's, in my opinion. That would be in my opinion. But,
Boston's put themselves in a little hole at halftime. Jeff, how do they get back into it?
Yeah, I don't like how this game is trending right now. I
And
don't
then
like what I'm seeing.
it's
by
so
them
unfair
because
for the
they're not
offensive
playing
rebounds.
with
And
the
I feel
passion
like
and intensity
the
necessary
users,
to get back in it.
you know,
Obviously, it's
AI
not
does
the
not
shot
want to
making,
get the
but then it
rebound
goes to,
stuff, you
where
know.
is your defense? Where is your rebounding? That's the passion part of the game that's got to
Then
be
you
corrected.
just sit there.
Irving jump
What
shot. The Celtics with
I
the
don't know
three-pointer.
how that went
First
in
one of the
because
night.
I hold
Gonna
it
see
too
a
long.
better
Plus,
possession in the NBA
right behind me.
from
Why is he
both
right
sides
behind me?
of the ball. Good defense,
Kind of weird.
good offense.
Yeah,
good
some of these
offense
things
won
need to
out
be a little
that time.
worked on.
To Durant.
Glitches on here.
The shot
Still,
clock down to 12
still
seconds
work
remaining.
on
Jump shot. Walked
still
up.
work on the post, the bounce passes on the post ups.
Oh, excellent screen.
That still needs to be worked on.
Shot thrown
See,
right
that's
back out.
what I'm talking about. The
Curls
blocks
in,
on here
looking
just
for
need
low
to be
post
toned
position.
down. I understand. I forced that, but that that's not. That needs to be toned down. The blocks on here they're ridiculous. For the CPU, it's just ridiculous. How is that always going to be a block? How you know that's going to be a block or not?
That's a three-pointer. Rebound snatched by Horford.
And that would have been a travel call on Horford because he traveled bad.
Horford's trying for position in the paint. You're going to have to be quick with this shot. Can't bank that one in.
Hey, you got to finish strong on those shots. You're right at the basket. You got to put the ball in the hole.
Looking to curl in. Durant.
How?
Shoots away.
Do you know that would be an easy travel call on Durant because, you know, after he stopped dribbling, that would have been an easy travel call. So, please, on an update, please put the travel call in the game. And that's another thing I have to say. When the ball is dropped, the computer gets the ball easily. And I don't understand that. How the computer gets the ball easily. That still bothers me.
Horford steps in.
Bad.
Irving on the drive. Oh, nice fake out to the basket. Ooh, misses the inside shot. Lays it up and
So
gets
that's
the
another
roll.
thing I have to say about.
Said it was gonna be
That needs to be
easy.
that needs to be
Attack the
fixed on
basket.
and worked on.
You guys got yourself in this hole, this big deficit. You got to work your way out of it. You do it by going at the rim.
To Durant. Goes to the pull-up from downtown.
Gee.
Off the mark from three.
I like how
Kevin
realistic
Durant's
that he
3 for
missed
4
an
from
air
long
ball,
range.
so that's one thing.
Steve Kerr's making a few
But when you
substitutions.
contest, and he was wide open, that time he was kind of wide open, so I wasn't really guarding him. I'm surprised he missed the air ball.
To the rim. And Andre Iguodala with strong defense to alter
when
that
they go
shot.
in.
Couldn't have
They
played
just
that
make it.
shot
But this
any
is on
better.
both of the modes,
Made it a
on
much
the
more
one in,
difficult shot than if it was an open
I'm
look.
trying to get off of Draymond.
Iguodala with a
Block
30.
that.
Hey, can you say blowout isn't going to change? Not with this defense. This defense is the reason why they cannot compete here tonight.
See, if that was the computer, they would have made it so easily. But I don't get how, you know,
To Durant.
the CPU can make that so easily. But then I don't get how that's a foul. That's good contested defense.
There's the whistle. Good
And when you
job
play
to
as
draw the foul.
and when you are the user, you can't get that foul. You cannot get that
Off to
foul.
the free throw line. Can't connect
The
on first
CPU
free
always
throw.
getting the fouls, but you always get hard hit it, and there's no foul call. That needs to be, you know, more called for the user,
Good bounce back, hitting the second free throw.
which I
He's
still
1 for
don't
2.
get.
Three and a half gone by on the third. Boston's down by 14.
How is that a
Terrific
block? That needs to be, that just gotta be toned down. Everything is not a block.
Green
When you
comes
take it
up
to the
set the
paint,
screen.
everything shouldn't be a
Iguodala.
block for the CPU. Which that's not, you know,
Swatted away by Horford.
I just don't understand how that's a block so
Defense
easily.
has to switch. Screen set nicely. Horford
And then the passing
Backing his
sometimes
way
is
down in the post.
delayed and stuff, and I like to say about that. Sometimes it does be
That's power basketball,
delayed,
using your strength
so that
to
should be a
punish
little boost
the
up,
defender.
and that should, you know, be, you know, worked on too. The shooting elevation needs to be
using the screen,
boosted
trying
up,
to get through. Livingston with a big time
and it's
dunk.
like the user
Listen, what you
AI
wanna do
does
right
not
there
understand.
is catch and gather yourself and get up
At
quickly.
all.
It takes what most people wouldn't recognize as good strength and athleticism.
Job.
Passes it back to him. On a catch and shoot. Gets it to go. The Celtics
Terry
down
Rozier.
by 12.
That's just too easy right there. Uncontested two-point jump shot, no doubt.
Here's the screen. To Livingston. Livingston.
And that's a travel call. He just like walks so easily.
The
So
explosion, the
please,
athleticism, and
EA
the
developers, please put the travel call in the game. It just don't feel right if you don't have a travel call. Just like saying in Madden, if there was no pass interference or, you know, anything, clipping or something, then it wouldn't. See, that would be a call as a travel.
Oh, no good. Third quarter in the books.
That needs to be,
Boston's down by 12.
recommended and added
For
on.
more
So,
NBA
travel
on
calls to be
ESPN
called in this game.
After this short break.
Even on
Fourth
Euro
quarter
stuff.
set to begin. Things looking good. The opening minutes crucial right now here in the fourth.
Mike, you sound like a coach. That's exactly what the coaching staff is telling this team. Don't waste your possessions. Take care of business.
See, that would have been a
and do it
foul
right
right there,
away.
but no, there's no call. There's no call for the. There's no call for the user. There's no call for the user. That should be called. But the CPU always gets the fouls, and then and then see that needs to be fixed. When you throw the ball down low, it shouldn't be going through somebody's body.
It's
That's
really
not-
hard to contain dribble penetration
not
in
real.
transition. Here,
That
an
needs to be
outstanding
fixed.
example of transition defense, keeping the ball out of the paint and forcing a contested two-point
So
jump
far,
shot.
I mean, I've been just scoring with Horford. It's just hard to get a jump shot off on the CPU because it'd be jumping at you unnatural. So that needs
Thompson's looking for the screen to
worked
get
on
himself open.
for the the next update. Hopefully,
For three. Puts it in. He's in
that's
rhythm
an
now.
obvious good
He
three-pointer.
scored 4
because,
three-pointers in this game.
Durant had
That's a
some type
thing
of
of beauty
space.
right there. The
But like I
three-point
said,
shot,
Terry
nothing
Rozier's,
but net.
Jaylen Brown's, Marcus Smart's three-pointer needs to be raised up a little more higher.
Pass kicked off by
Oh my
Curry.
gosh.
Oh, what a play.
I like this offensive team not up
Like I
off
said,
the
I
gas
ain't
pedal.
feeling. I'm
Keep
not feeling.
pouring it on. Don't become
This is another video to the EA developers to take a look. What said that needs to be worked on. What needs to be toned. What needs to be fixed. And that,
Tries it again. Horford
like I said,
continues
the
to
travel
put
call
points
needs to
on
be
the board.
inputted in the game.
I don't think this move is used
So
enough.
please,
The shot
EA,
fake.
please
It gets
do
defenders
put
off
this
balance.
in the game
Good use of it here and knocks in the shot.
because it feels
Fakes the
unnatural
drive,
without.
steps back,
And
gets the three.
how?
The
Durant
stroke
should not be
He's
making
knocked
so
down
many
5
easy
three-pointers
threes like
in this
that.
matchup.
And it all
That's
started with the
that's
step back.
one major
dribble
problem
and
I
some
always
nice
said about
footwork
on
was all it
CPU.
took.
They be making easy
And now he
shots.
moves around the
And just,
defender. Horford's trying to establish some low post position.
that needs to be,
Horford fires.
worked on.
Nails it. Al Horford shooting 58%
because that
from the
does
field.
not,
Ref
Durant
goes
doesn't
to
make
whistle.
those
We'll have a
shots all the
timeout.
time. Durant doesn't make those shots all the time. But that needs to be worked on. Like I said, jeez, I forgot to put, what's it called?
Time for some lineup changes now from both
Damn.
clubs. Thompson for the layup. Sweet
And I'm
anchor.
playing,
Ready pass from Kevin
I'm
Durant.
holding
A great shooter's never even
contesting on him,
noticed
but
the
he still
defender.
makes it.
He
And
thought
that's
he was out in the
just,
park
I don't
shooting by
know.
himself.
That just needs to be that's just gotta be fixed. And,
A pretty
toned up.
entry pass.
The user, it's just like the user can't,
Inside.
it
Nicely
can't do as
executed.
much as like the
That's just a nice
CPU's
layup
doing to
right
the,
there.
the user. The user
3
is just
minutes
like,
gone by in the fourth.
see, I'm having a
Boston's
hard
down
time
by
playing
14.
against the Warriors,
Oh,
which,
excellent screen.
they be making some unnatural, shots that,
Pass to the
that should
corner.
be, missed and implemented. Just like
Gets it
how
quickly, shoots
earlier
that
I
three.
beat the
Irving the
Cavaliers
rebound.
when the update happened. I beat the Cavaliers, and
Good switching on defense. Terrific.
there was no issues on that game.
Hey,
Trust me,
sometimes
there
you
was
don't
no
get your
issues.
block
If
shots
I
early.
had that video up, I
Sometimes
would
the
show you.
offense, give them credit.
I
They're going
did.
to shoot the ball
Do it
early.
right.
They're going to pass it as you come to help. But what he's done is continue to make plays defensively here in the second half, blocking shot after shot.
At the rim. Lays it up and in. Terrific.
But it's the same
pass
thing from
Kyrie
15
Irving.
15
You go to the
16.
rim, you gotta go
It's
hard,
the
you gotta
CPU
go
AI
strong.
that still needs to be
Finishing over the
fixed
top of
on,
his defender.
and
Puts it up. Rebound corralled by Irving. Nice pass to stop.
I don't know how that was a steal because, you know, once they grab the ball, it's like somehow they still knock it out of their hand. Which that still needs to be, you know, addressed about, and then, you know, kind of, that needs to be fixed. So, I'm going to lose this game again against the Warriors. I don't know why I keep losing them.
From beyond the arc. And the rebound taken by Green.
That the CPU would have made. I still say that most of the stuff I just said needs to be worked on the CPU API bots. And really, it's just that would be going in if that was like the other shots he made.
And the way you make them better is to give up a good shot to try to create a great shot.
What I mean, but. Another thing, and last one.
In the paint, nice work on
see that would never go in.
And that pretty much wraps it up.
Not every shot goes in.
The rest of the game is a waste of my time.
That's like my first foul in the whole game. So that needs to be fixed on. The fouls need to be fixed on and be worked on.
First free throw, good.
So I'm gonna take the L in this one.
Misses the second.
No, I don't, you know, edit the, you know, the gameplay. You know, I messed up and lost. So.
And that'll do it for their championship hopes. A disappointing ending to the season.
Another thing is that I would just say take a look at this video, and it just needs, the CPU AI needs to be worked on. It still needs to be worked on because it does not feel, you know, realistic, and the blocks really needs to be really toned down for the CPU AI real bad, and the jump shot elevation needs to be, you know, boosted and you know, a little more faster. Also, another thing is that the passing down low, it goes through, you know, the center's body, and, you know, it needs to, you know, hit them, not go through their body. You know, that still needs to be implanted and worked on. I guess that's one of the reasons they had, like, kind of like bugs or some type of bugs and stuff. So that needs to still be worked on. Let me see. Another thing is that when you get set on a jump shot and, you know, you're trying to get set on the jump shot, there shouldn't be so much extra movement pushing you, trying to push you out of bounds, and then, you know, you don't have no control of taking that jump shot wide open. So you see, I went 18 for 40 the whole game, and I went 1 for 5 on 3-pointers. So, you know, like how I'm saying right now, some of the players need to get their 3-pointers a little up and boost it up, because in the past season they need to kind of have at least some type of green light. Marcus Smart needs to have a little 3-point green light. Jaylen Brown needs to have some type of green light, and Terry Rozier needs to have some type of green light. This is for the Boston Celtics only. Well, to me, that's what I'm saying to them. But another thing, Jaylen Brown should have his high top. That needs to be implanted and put it in the game. So hopefully we'll have a travel call in the full game. So please add that on. The CPU AI needs to be toned down on the shots, on the blocks, on the ankle breakers. It needs to be toned down. But other than that, if I have, I think I only have one more thing to say. Basically, what I just said today in this video, please, I hope this is a taking of notes that needs to be fixed in the for the updates and the, you know, for the final game, because it comes out next Friday. So I hope this is a good broadcast that you can watch. EA, I hope you really enjoyed this gameplay of breaking down detail by detail about Play Now and what happens on the one on the Pro-Am live run. I hope that kind of, you know, that's a good detail breakdown about what's good about this update and what's bad about this update. And most of it, I explained the bad things about this update. So I hope this is something needs to be fixed on. The good things about this update is you added the Boston Celtics and the Houston Rockets, 2 more teams. The last time you did like 4 teams on the demo is NBA Live 14, the Oklahoma City Thunder, New York Knicks, the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the OKC Thunder. But it's good how this game has progressed into a progression of a rise of inflation. So far the update's great, everything's good, but as I said, the CPU AI needs to be kind of toned down on some occasions, and the user should be able to block some shots, have some fouls called, and really it should be, you know, easy for the user, you know, not too easy, but easy for the user to, you know, have set jump shots to, you know, to shoot. And then, you know, some of the players are, you know, kind of low on their 3-point shots and their 3-point ratings and their dunk ratings. And another thing is, I think the last one I had to say about is the user should be able to drive to the basket and not be, you know, blocked off going to out of bounds, you know. It has to be it needs to be, you know, boosted and toned up instead of, you know, toned down. The user should be able to drive to the basket. But really it felt like it was unnatural and it was like getting forced out of bounds and you can't drive to the basket at all. You know, I understand that shutdown defense, but, you know, you should be able to drive to the basket, you know, not all the time, but, you know, the user should have some type of advantage to, you know, drive to the basket. Even though you have to try to pull a crossover or something, but at least try to drive to the basket. I think that's all I have to say for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed about what I just said about this whole gameplay breakdown, what needs to be implemented and what's to be toned down and nerfed and some stuff. So this is all about the CPU AI, the user's AI, what needs to be fixed, what needs to, you know. Also another thing, let me add another note. The big man for the user AI is like sitting there still, kind of like sitting there still standing still, not trying to get the rebound and stuff, like an offensive rebound, which that needs to, you know, be boosted up and for the user. But I think that's all I have to say for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video for today. Please subscribe, MJ Flight 98. I hope you have a great night. Everyone stay safe out there. Thank you for watching and be blessed.